Hello there, hello, hope you're doing okay. Chocobread here, but not for a video review, it's for the Deluxe Biscuit Special, yes. Yeah, as voted for by the people. Yes, every week I do a poll, essentially what I should review live on Saturdays. And this week, yeah, the Deluxe Biscuit Special won. So check it out, it's a bit hard to find sometimes, but it's under the Communities tab on YouTube on the desktop version. I think if you're on the mobile, you can see it in the feed normally. So it's a bit confusing, sometimes it's easy to miss, but it is available there anyway. Yes, hope you're doing alright, good to see you all, hope you're doing okay. And yeah, also I just as a quick note, I'll probably do this in the basically the what is it, September update. I'll probably mention this further, but I did a look back today. I didn't have the graphics on there as normal. Basically, the it's just I just had to draw the line somewhere to get it out. Really, is the gist. So I'll go into further detail about that in the September special. But basically, it was one of those where I just had to get look back in, and it's one of those. Yeah, so there we go. Yes, there we go. Yeah, and hi Rick, hi Scarlett, how you doing? Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're doing okay today. Glad you could make it. It's yeah, I don't know what time. What time is it where you are, Rick? It's probably, is it 12 o'clock again still? Yeah, so up late as usual. Yeah, so basically this one, I was going to do a sort of a lot of different variety of sort of biscuits and things like this, you know, different brands. But but basically, I was in Tesco and they had a really nice range of them. You know what? I thought I'd just have to get them all, you know, one of those done. So it's one of those. Condolences. Yes, it's been yeah, probably been, you know, I guess being Canadian, it's a bit more relevant, isn't it? Of course, but yes, there's been a lot of stuff about the Queen this week. So one of those. Bit of a shame, but. Yes, one of those things, isn't it? I don't know, but seemed it's funny. Really, it was just on TV just a couple of days before she passed away. So obviously, I don't know. Yeah, one of them, isn't it? Really, but you know, just obviously was doing relatively well, at least in outwardly appeared to be anyway. So yeah, it was midnight. You say midnight, crikey, Bob. Yeah, goodness me. It's well, yeah, obviously 4 p.m. here, so big difference. Oh dear. Yeah, so one of those. But yes, I'll yeah, so it's been a bit of a hectic week this week actually all round, to be honest with you. I've just started yeah, trying to be a bit more healthy as well, so it's one of those. So it's been a bit yeah. There's been a lot going on this week. It's yeah, I've just been trying to keep on top of things, but been very difficult. Yes, and hi there, Tracy. How are you doing today? Hope things are going all right with you, Tracy. Hope you're doing okay, and thanks so much. That's very nice of you to say. Oh, thank you. Yes, and you're a night owl, you say. Cut down on the Pepsi. Cut down on the and well. Yeah, I was trying to cut down on the coffee actually. That was unfortunately I've replaced it with Pepsi. That's the only problem. So speaking of Pepsi, I've not got my drink with me. Oh, I knew I forgot something, but there we go. So it's one of them, isn't it? Oh dear, yeah. So yeah. So interesting selection today, to be honest with you. I mean, I didn't want to get just typical biscuits either. It was one of those where there's so many sort of, I don't know, kinds of biscuit out there, but some of them are quite similar. There's shortbreads, there's dark chocolate gingers and chocolate gingers and things. I didn't want to just get the same old things really. So, and as I say, I was in Tesco and there's two problems, to be honest with you. Well, there's three problems actually. The first one was I was in another shop in Asda actually, and I completely forgot to get the biscuits. So, but but for well, I'll go somewhere else and just to see, because I knew Tesco had a good selection of biscuits actually. So I thought I'll go there, but they had a rubbish selection of anything that wasn't Tesco biscuits basically. But they had such a good selection of their own biscuits. I thought, you know what, I'll kind of yeah, I'll just do those. It's one of those really. I'll just do all the Tesco's because it was so nice actually. Not cheap though, not cheap. About £2 a box these ones, so they were quite a bit expensive really. So it is one of them. Yeah, speaking of soda, do you like Dr. Pepper? Well, it's just cherry Coke, isn't it, Dr. Pepper? I'm not a massive cherry person. Basically, I'm not a massive cherry person. I don't mind them in some things, but cherry Coke is no. I don't know, but I think I've grown onto it because, as we mentioned, there's dark chocolate with cherry sauce or whatever in them. I've really been a big fan of actually. So I think not too bad. I think I do quite enjoy them more than, well, I think I would enjoy them more than I thought I would do. But I tend to have just the sugar-free stuff nowadays because I don't want to get any calories from anything other than food, really, because I just can't afford to these days. We should dunk into Pepsi though. Yeah, well, I was gonna get a coffee, but you know what? I thought, you know what? I'm just, I don't know. I decided against it. Not quite the last minute, but I decided against it because I thought all biscuits are better when dunked. And I thought, you know what, I sometimes felt maybe I would, I don't know, bias myself against the actual, the actual biscuit itself, if you know what I mean. So rather than when it tasted actually quite nice, so I would sort of like think, oh yeah, it's going to taste amazing. So I stopped that. So I don't know whether it's a good idea or not. So we'll see. But hopefully the video quality is all right. By the way, I just noticed it juddered a bit. Hopefully it's okay for you guys. I think it's basically, yeah, my router just being a pain really is the gist of it. So we'll see. It might keep doing it every now and again. Let me know if you notice a judder or anything. I think YouTube handles it basically, but we shall see. So I've got a load of good ones here. We'll start off with something relatively mundane. I need to sneeze as well, so it's one of those. Oh, thank you so much, Scott. So lovely of you to say thank you. It's very nice of you to say. Oh dear. Kind of cherry flavoured. The reason I mention it is because I heard the diet version tastes quite similar. All right, okay. I'll have to give it a try. Why not? I'll have to give it a try. It's funny actually. You can taste the difference between all the diet drinks, basically. You know, like Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, Pepsi Max, Coke Zero. I can tell the difference between all of those. I mean, I'm sure to people who just drink the regular version, you know, they all taste horrible or whatever. But you know, but you can taste the difference. Some of them are not. Some of them are better than others. Definitely, Pepsi Max, I think, is my favourite. But sometimes it's quite interesting to have have a change. But yeah, but they have done other flavours. They have done cherry Pepsi Max actually. They have done strawberry Pepsi Max, and they have done a few others and some Cokes as well. So interesting. So I have had the cherry Pepsi Max, and it wasn't too bad. So I'll have to try it. Yes. No diet there. Just original. You can't get the diet one where you are. Yeah, interesting. Oh, good to see you, QP. It's been a very, very long time. Yeah, how are you doing? It's been a very long time. No, how are you doing, QP? Hope you're doing all right. It's been, a very long time since you've been in the live. So good to see you. I've seen you in Discord, obviously, but yes, glad you're back in the live. Great to see you again. You've come for the Biscuit special. Obviously a Biscuit fan. Been way too long. Glad you made it. No, yeah, well, it's good to see you again, QP. I'm glad you're doing okay. Yeah, it's been a very long time. Yes. Obviously Rick's happy. Look at this. QP in the house. Oh dear. Yeah. You love Jammy Dodgers. Love Jammy Dodgers. Yes. Well, I mean, see. Jammy Dodgers, eh? What's my favourite? Favourite biscuit? Favourite biscuit? Favourite Jammy Dodger? I mean, the Chucky Dodgers I really liked actually. No, they're not Jammy Dodgers. Jammy Dodgers, I don't know, for me, you know, I've got a bit of a funny thing about them. I find that there's not enough filling, basically. Too much biscuit for me, Jammy Dodgers, unfortunately, QP. So you probably hate me for that, but there we go. Yeah, sorry about that. I was just saying this week, I was going to do a selection of different, it's basically the kind of, you know, relatively posh biscuits you get in supermarkets and things, you know, like Foxes and stuff like that. I was going to do a different range of them, but things conspired against me, and I've ended up with basically Tesco's range of finest chocolates, but they're all very interesting, actually. So I'm going to start off, yes, with milk chocolate and honeycomb shortbread. There's an asterisk there, I think. It's got finest. With sweet, crunchy honeycomb pieces enrobed in silky smooth milk chocolate. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Looks very nice, doesn't it? It looks very nice. Very nice packaging as well. I'll say all the supermarkets have their own sort of brand of biscuits. I might, as I just noticed that Tesco had a good range of them. So I was, you know, yeah, I was, don't know, I thought, why not? Our melt in the mouth all butter shortbreads are combined with sweet, crunchy honeycomb pieces, enrobed in silky smooth milk chocolate, then finished with a further sprinkling of honeycomb. Made by our experts with more than 40 years' experience from a small second-generation family bakery in Aberdeenshire. All right, so Scottish ones there. If it's shortbread, it's got to be Scottish, hasn't it? It's just the way of it. It's like one of those rules, isn't it? All butter shortbread rounds with milk chocolate coating and honeycomb pieces. Milk chocolate 28% on the ingredients. Honeycomb pieces 7%. Anything else of interest? Let's see. Yeah, I just noticed that, yeah, the quality might... Let me know if it stutters a bit, by the way. It might be YouTube handles it okay, but I've noticed that it keeps keeps complaining. So, cocoa size 35% minimum, milk size 21% minimum. Yes, hopefully it's all right. But I'm not sure. It seems to be up and down at the moment, so we'll see. I'll just check, actually, that nothing's downloading. There we go. Right. I found the culprit. Hopefully it'll be okay. Yeah, basically I've got some software in the background that just wants to update. Even though I've told it not to automatically update, it will automatically update. Man, I can't. It's so frustrating, and it wasn't updating before, and then basically it started to update midstream. So you know, it's just a real pain. But there we go. Favorite biscuit of all time? I mean, I think it's a difficult one, really, QP. I'm a big fan of hobnobs, chocolate hobnobs. I really like. Yeah, it's one of those. So it's they're sort of my favourite kinds, but they are quite mundane and normal. But I do really like them. But I do like that Borders dark chocolate gingers as well. there. So that's yeah. So it's one of those. This one looks good. It does look very nice. Does look very nice indeed. A Tesco's Finest is always nice. Just trying to guess. Yeah. What did you think then, QP? I couldn't make out the yeah. I that second one. I just no idea at all. Honestly. Yeah, sounds good. You can't get them there. Do you have any biscuits? What's it like? You might just call them cookies, I guess, Rick. But yeah, what's it like? What's it like with you? What's the cookie situation in Canada and in Korea? Yeah, it was basically what it was basically some software was updating. Yeah, it's so frustrating. Yeah, basically it started to do some downloads in the background and it just took up all the bandwidth basically. Even though, as I say, it's on automatic updates are turned off, it still does it automatically. And it wasn't automatically doing either. It was not doing them before and it just started to do them. It should be okay now. It should be all right now. Fingers crossed. Yeah, so apologies for that. Just I'm on a 5G router and it's just terrible basically. It works to a point, but it can't handle more than one thing going on. So it's just a pain, and I can't get fiber rub. And we've been through it before, haven't we? You know the drill by now. It's not changed. Hopefully one day it will. You thought it was your connection? Yeah, no, it was mine. It's me, but it should be okay now. Raspberry. Yes, I see. Raspberry. Okay. Raspberry Jammy Dodgers. I think I might have them somewhere. They're the regular ones, aren't they? The raspberry ones. So yeah, just the regular ones. But they are good. Yeah. I must say I like it. I do like the different flavours they do, but unfortunately there's just too much biscuit, so I can't taste enough of them really. So here we go. So got the old. Let's have a look. There we go. We got the. There we are. You see down here. Got the old mini camera on the plates. So give it a bit of an open. I think we just need to do the calories, don't we? Let's have a look. 150 grams. 400 grams, 538 calories, 31 grams of fat, 19.3 of which are saturates. And one shortbread round is 102 calories, 5.9 grams of fat, 3.7 of which are saturates. And this pack contains 8 servings. There we go, yeah. Yeah, interesting. Cotton candy flavour. I just saw cotton flavoured milk at first, but cotton candy, not too bad. Interesting that. Yeah, candy floss we call it in the UK. Yeah, we call it candy floss. I read your mind. Yeah, there we go. Yes. Second one is raspberry. Just straight up raspberry then. Nothing clever. Not like raspberry cheesecake or raspberry pavlova. Anything like that. It did a sip, didn't it? So, that was the clue you found. Yeah, there you go. QP candy floss, yes. But yeah, we have these different names, isn't it? But yeah, it's funny. But yeah, was it nice, Rick? Was it nice? Let's open these up then. Let's have a see. Right, so there we go. Give these an open. So they look posh on the outside, but inside, I don't know. Let's have a look. Ooh. Well, they're quite big, quite chunky. You can see here. I mean, you can quite easily see. I mean, we don't want to play the flourish trick ourselves to make it bigger than it was. But you can see here, there's definitely. I mean, look at that. You can see it's fallen over the edge there. Let's just take the rest of the packaging. Let's have a look. Maybe raspberry panna cotta or ripple. Yeah, for the flavour. Yeah, yes. What do you think the sips about though, QP, that you mentioned in that clue that you posted the other day? What do you reckon? Because that sounds like a drink to me. Well, there's a very There's a very strong honeycomb smell coming from these. Definitely, yeah, definitely. So I'm trying to stand them up, but typically they won't. So you can see there. Let's have a look on the main camera. Let's stand up properly. I think you get the gist of it, can't you? That how much is actually, there's just so much space that there's like half the pack again, where, almost dropped them all. You know what I mean? Where there's no biscuits. Look at that. You can see there. All that space between the edge of that biscuit. So it's a bit poor, that, isn't it? It is a bit poor, that, really. I mean, even the tray itself, doesn't go right to the end. I mean, there's just no excuse for that, is there? No excuse. So you could fit about 4 more biscuits in there, basically. So it's a bit poor, especially when it costs so much. You know what I mean? You're literally paying, I don't know, 20p a biscuit or something. Well, no more than that. So this is about £2 or something, this box, I think it was. So if there's only 8 of them in there, that's like 25p a biscuit, something like that, which is quite a lot for a regular biscuit. Do you use the word bespoke? I think QP's mentioned that. Yes, we do, yes. Yeah, you're supposed to pick on Discord later. This is the candy floss, yeah. There's definitely room for more, QP. There definitely is. Ridiculous, really. A cold milkshake. yeah, it's just weird, isn't it? The clues, you know. But I'm interested. Yeah, you have to see what what you can find out, QP. See if you have to let me know. And what was the first one for sure? I can't. The first one was a bit weird. I'm still not sure about that. It was saying some kind of, I can't remember what it was now, what he was saying, but I'm still not sure about that either. You know, I think that's the one that I'm really confused about. Samsung is using bespoke in their ads. I've never heard it before. Thought it might be British. Possibly, yeah. It just means like a custom, yeah, specific for something else. Like if you got like a bespoke wardrobe, it means it's like fitted to you, specifically to your house, basically, or whatever. So it won't really work for anyone else. It's specific to you. There's room for 2 more cookies. I would say perhaps even more, Keepy. I would say 4. I would say there's 4 more cookies you could get in there. Throwing stuff around. I reckon, because I mean you've got to remember this. This doesn't go to the edge either. So there's 2 more. Oh yeah, I think you might be saying 2 more in the tray. Yeah, okay, yeah. And then 2 more actually, you know, in the empty packaging on the cardboard. So yeah, I see what you're saying there. Yes. There we go. Yes, but it means different or stands out. I think. Yeah. First one was crunchy when raw. That was it. Yes. Yeah. I don't know what. Yeah. I don't know what that could be. I have no clue. Could be that it could be nutty or whatever. Yeah. Wouldn't custom made be more often? Interesting. Yes. Yeah. I guess it's a bit like that. Yeah. I guess it's a bit like that. Yeah. It's a funny one, really. It's just one of those words, I think. But yeah, it basically means the same thing. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at these and look very. I've got it's a bit melty today, so I have to be careful. It's a bit melty all the time at the moment, isn't it? I don't know what's going on. But there we go. Yeah, you can see there. Look at that. And there we go. Yeah, so it looks pretty good, doesn't it? Lots of honeycomb piece on the outside. Might give it a bite into it. I think I might show the inside there because it's just going to blow up everywhere. All these crunchy bits on the outside. But it looks pretty good, doesn't it? Looks not too bad. Now let's have a see. Let's have a look. The old about 5.6 centimeters in diameter. And the height 1.1 almost. There we go. Yeah. Lots of bits are going over everywhere, so not good to be handling. You can see it's getting stuff all over my fingers here. Luckily, I do have a new Lay's. Yes, that's the crisp, by the way. Yes, Walker's in the UK. Found the paprika ones in Turkey. Yeah, how was Turkey? It sounds very nice. Am I doing the dunk test? Should I do it? Should I get a cup of coffee ready? What do you reckon? Mick mentioned it as well. Maybe I should do. Maybe I'll put the kettle on and get a coffee. What do you reckon about that? Okay, I'll do that. The dunk test seems to be quite popular, really. I was against it at first because I thought maybe it would just detract too much. But yeah, maybe I will. Yes. All right, I'll go put the kettle on, then I'll be back in a second. So I've got the kettle going, then we'll come back in a second with the coffee in a second, yeah. I hope you had a good time, QB. Yeah, whereabouts did you go? I thought it was a bit difficult, Turkey, at the moment. I thought it was one of those, really. Yeah. Oh, but yes, have to go to Seoul at some point. I think it definitely would be one. Antalya, you say? Oh, I don't know where that is. Sounds yeah. Is that one that's in the south of the country? It's meant to be very nice. Oh, I see. But yes. Well, I've been good. I don't know. Yes, I think hopefully Rick's been okay. Sounds like he's been all right. Yeah, it's in the south. Yes, yeah. I've also I've heard people say. I mean, it might not be the same place. I just assumed it was. But there's a place in the south of Turkey. It's very nice. Yeah, that's yeah. And yeah. Every time I think I've never heard of that, and then I never remember what it's called. So I just assumed it's the same place. Maybe it was. All right. So I'll tell you what. We'll do a bit of a nibblage then. We'll do a regular nibble, then I'll get the coffee in a second, and then yeah. So let's give it a go. Wow. Oh wow. That's so soft. That shortbread biscuits, you know, shortbread can be quite. It's usually relatively not hard, but it's not soft. But this one, it's like buttery soft. Wow. The honeycomb's on the outside. It's got a lovely lovely orange taste as well. Sorry, not orange taste. Lovely milk sort of. Guys, look. Yes, honeycomb taste is what I meant. So I was looking at the fact that it was orange. Lovely honeycomb taste. It's only on the outside, but it's enough. There's enough of it there. Wow, that's very nice. Yeah, it's very nice indeed. Oh, your family chose it. Oh, to go there. Yes, it was just asking, was it on the bucket list? Yeah. Nice place to go to Turkey. I must say, I would like to go at some point. You love donkey biscuits into tea before eating it. Hate them dry. Yes, I like them both, but yeah, they are always better done. I think biscuits are always better done. I would do tea on the lives, but because it's you have to brew it and things, it's just a bit one of those. But it won't be a second now. I think the kettle's just boiled. Live TV. There you go. There we go. I was going to put the be back in the second thing up, but I thought, why have a look now? Won't bother. So there we go. Yes, got the coffee now. Yes, I've made it quite strong and not very milky because just to keep it warmer for longer. Usually have the little I don't know what it's called, that little warm tray thing, to keep it. I mean, this will taste amazing though. Really, when I think dunk this one, let's just give it a go. Let's see, have to be careful though. Have to be a quick dunk, I think. Oh wow. I'll tell you what, this biscuit is very nice. It's so soft and lovely. It's just a really soft shortbread. It's a really nice shortbread actually. And the honeycomb pieces really work very nicely. I mean, there's only small amounts. You'd think, oh, that's a bit rubbish, just having this amount of honeycomb on it, just these bits on the top. But it just gives the taste. It just gives enough of a taste without being too much. You still get the shortbread. It's just really well proportioned actually. And that chocolate's very nice. I mean, it's so Moorish. I mean, it's such a soft biscuit, but with the little crunches of honeycomb. Wow. It's very nice. It's quite a buttery shortbread. I almost feel like I wish it was a bit of a, I don't know, maybe a harder biscuit. I'm not sure, maybe just a regular biscuit, like a dark chocolate ginger or something like that, made in the same way. But I don't know. I think that would just be a completely different biscuit. It's very nice though. Yeah, I'm surprised there aren't as many chocolate bars made into cookies for the supermarkets. Well, they do them nowadays, but they've done a few of them. And they're usually terrible. They're usually just like a really poor biscuit. They're usually just surviving just on the brand itself, you know what I mean? So they're really, I fancy a sip of coffee actually. Yes, not bad. Yes, it's basically they do make them, but they're just going off the brand. They're not a very good quality biscuit at all. They're just really poor. They've just got like, say, Mars or Galaxy or something on it, and they've just got chunks of something like chocolate, but they're not really that specific to the brand. They're just really poor. Yeah. That was fast tea. Well, this one's a coffee. I must say it's a coffee. I do prefer tea, and I would, but the problem with tea is that you have to let it brew for a bit, and that means it goes colder. So obviously, I want to keep it warmer for longer, But yeah, tea is my my hot drink of choice really, but coffee is just a bit more convenient. So obviously, the effect it has is just softening it a bit. I'll tell you what, these biscuits are very nice, really lovely. They are really lovely. Yes, I have, Andrew. Yes, you must have missed it, but yes, yeah, really nice it is. But good to see you, Andrew. Hope you're doing all right. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I missed that thing. Very interesting. There's a growing number of small businesses who make homemade cookies, brownies, which are better quality than supermarkets. There seem to be quite a few. There seems to be quite a few things going on like that, don't there? Especially because of Instagram. I think it's people are able to watch the basically watch the see the photos and stuff like that basically, and it's really made them quite big, hasn't it? Because you get these deluxe massive cookie things, and I think it seems to be a thing, doesn't it now? All these home bakeries and stuff like that. Yeah. Yes, but yes, it's one of those, Rick. I mean, I prefer tea generally. I mean, what's it like, the tea situation where you are? Yes. Yeah, it was a brief window. We did a bit of chatting basically, there was a bit of preamble, yeah, Andrew. Yes, there was a bit of preamble today. But it's nice, good to see her. We'll keep his back, of course, so it's good to see her again. Remember you saying tea is dinner in the UK? Yes, well, in the north of England anyway, in the north of the UK, maybe in Scotland as well. The group's saying supper for dinner and dinner for lunch. Yeah, it's basically that's a similar thing. Yeah, similar thing actually. Yeah, supper is one that's another term for tea basically as well. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's confusing for a lot of people, I imagine, but yeah. Tesco Finest biscuits are very good. Yeah, I've been very impressed with these ones. I'm not giving them a rating, yes, Andrew, but they're very good. Pricey but good, yes. It was one, yeah. They were basically about £2 or something, so it's like 25p a biscuit. You know, it's which I guess it doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot for a packed biscuit. You know. Yes, on TikTok you bought a few, so you've done it, have you? I see. What do you like? What do you think then, Cube? You have to let us know in Discord or even here or both, really. What's the what's the best one? What's the nice ones to look out for? Yes, good to see you too. Good to see you've been away. Oh yeah, well no worries, Cupid. You've been active in Discord. We've still known you about, but it's good to see you again. Yeah, good to see you in the live. Not much has changed really, to be honest with you. You know, yeah, not much has changed. The same characters are about, the good and the bad ones. And hi there, Scotty. How are you doing? Hope you're doing all right. Yes, hope you're doing all right. Great to see you, Scotty. How's things in Scotland today? We're just talking about shortbread biscuits in Scotland. They have to be Scottish, basically. Well, we said it earlier. Yeah, the creators are totally confused by my word. Yes, I see. It's interesting how there's just there's so much variation in yeah, I guess basically a lot of people not from the UK are used to American English generally. But obviously if they hear these other nuanced terms, it can be quite confusing, I guess. But yeah, interesting. But yeah, as for these ones, I think these are very nice. As I say, they're very lovely biscuits. A bit rubbish that you could basically fit half again as many biscuits in the pack for the size. It's going to be a common theme, I think, that one. But I think these are really nice. The honeycomb pieces are very, there's not many of them, but they really work perfectly with the biscuit itself. They just give you just that taste of honeycomb. And the chocolate's really nice, and the shortbread is so soft and buttery. It's lovely. I mean, I think I'd struggle. I can't, and obviously when dunked, it makes it even better. I think these ones have got to be a 5 out of 5. They're just really good quality biscuits, really lovely biscuits. I can't really fault them that much. The only thing I might say to sort of bring them back a bit is maybe a lack of an X factor, but I think that's been a bit cruel, really. I think they're just really well balanced. Lovely biscuit, that. Lovely biscuit. Yes. I'm not sure. I don't know. Is that where you get the cookies from? Or is that someone you know? I don't know where. Yeah, see. Yes, Scotty the Snack King is here. Snack King. Yes, King Scotty the First. How about that? Yeah, there we go. Those biscuits remind me of a crunchy. Well, this is it. They are that kind of. I mean, the middle tastes nothing like honeycomb. It is just shortbread. It's only the outside that's honeycomb-like. But very nice. The QP has been studying. What does that mean then, QP? Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah. Can't find where you put it now. Has it disappeared? Oh, there we go. Yes. I don't know whether to try and say it or not. Anyong Hasiao. I think that's it. I think that's possibly... that equals QP. There you go, QP. There's your name in Korean. Yes. Oh, it's hello in Korean. I see. Okay. I see. Does it literally mean hello, Rick? Or does it mean like good morning or something like that? Because I noticed there's 2 words there. Yes. South Korea, love to go there. Love to get there. Yeah, one day we'll all have to meet up in Seoul and meet Rick. How about that? Yeah. Or wherever, somewhere in Korea. I'm sure we could, But yeah, it does look like a lovely place. I think I'd struggle with the food, I think. But, but I feel the people seem to be very nice. Yeah. Right, so let's have a see. There's a few here. I'll try and do the more relatively mundane ones first. But they all look to be nice, really. So let's try. I was going to, just to briefly fill you in, I was going to get a selection of different biscuits, but long story short is, end up forgetting them from one place. The second place only had their own brand stuff. But they look so nice that I had to get them. So here we go. So it's Tesco Finest range, really, this one. But it's got the Andrew seal of approval, so there we go. It should be okay. So Belgian chocolate orange cookies with zesty orange coated in silky Belgian milk chocolate. So really, it's just a sort of orange chocolate, really, I think is the gist of it. But nothing too dramatic, but it looks very nice. Again, it's got this kind of grey packaging. I'm not sure what to make of that. I think it's okay. They've all got this sort of grey packaging. I think it's all right, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like maybe it could look a bit better, but not sure how I would do it. These melt-in-the-mouth cookies are coated in rich Belgian milk chocolate and delicately flavoured with zesty orange for extra indulgence. Made by a specialist with 50 years experience. There we go. So there's 50 years experience people again. Experience in what? I mean, does it mean they're just 50 years old? Is that? Yes, 8 orange flavoured cookies, fully coated in Belgian milk chocolate. So Belgian milk chocolate, 50%. Anything else of interest? Palm oil in there. Milk chocolate contains cocoa size 30% minimum, 33% minimum, milk size 20% minimum. Suited vegetarians. 200 grams, 529 calories, 30.3 grams of fat, 17.3 which are saturates, and per cookie, 25 grams, 132 calories, so quite high these ones, even more than the others. 7.6 grams of fat, 4.4 which are saturates. 200 gram box. So there's 8 servings, so there's 8 of them in here again. Look like they might be bigger than the other ones though. So the box is slightly bigger, basically, and are a bit heavier. And these ones, did they have palm oil in, by the way? I don't know if I mentioned it. Yeah, they do have palm oil in. See it just there. So the other ones had palm oil in as well. All right. Love orange flavours. Well, you've certainly been spoilt for choice in the past couple of years, QP. All these orange chocolates and things. Yeah, you must have been in heaven, really. Yeah. What's your favourite orange chocolate that's came out? I think mine in the end, I think was the orange chocolate Yorkie. I think in the end, I think that was my favourite one. I think I really liked that one actually. Didn't mind. I was a bit disappointed at first, but the orange toffee crisp I think grew on me a bit. But yeah. But what was your favourites? Yeah, yours, QP's, and everyone else's. What did you think? If you made your way over, you might as well visit Korea and Japan in the same trip. Swordsuck is a 1 hour or so flight. Yeah, I think that does make sense actually. It does make sense. Yes. Oh, I see. What do we think? Well, we've known it for a long time. I mean, it's it's one of those. I don't know. It's a shame it's all happening. It's just very strange, isn't it? Just like a very strange. I heard back in the. I'm sure like 15, 20 years ago that he wasn't going to take Charles as his name, he was going to take George as his name. But obviously everyone knows him as Charles, don't they? So it seemed a bit strange. Yes. Like Tracy likes orange flavours as well. Right, let's have a look at these. Let's put the old the camera on. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's have a look. So the big chunky, chunky muckies, these ones. Look at these. See, there's actually a divider there, so you've got 2 trays of 4. So we do keep these ones standing up a bit better. Let us see. So they do look very, yes, there's a nice orange smell coming from these. Actually, has to be said. You can see here they are quite big, chunky things. It's a bit better that they've got the packaging like this one. It makes them stand up a bit more, but it's still the same difference where I think we can easily see. I mean, it's just, there's all this space here, and then there's probably enough room for another biscuit here. So I mean, at least 3 more biscuits, but I would say probably 4 really, because I'm not standing up straight. So I'll still say there's about room for 4 more biscuits in here at least, which I think seems, it seems a bit strange to look at it because you can see 4 and 4, but if we took them out and lay them on top of here, straight. You can imagine these ones here. I reckon you could fit in 4 more biscuits. At least 3 anyway. But they look very nice. Still look very nice indeed. Yes. Where did he get buried? The members of the royal family? I don't know actually there, Rick. I think there's probably a special place, but I don't know what it... I'm sure I'd know if I heard it, but but I don't know. I think there's is it Westminster Abbey or something like that? I don't know. It's one of those kind of places where they do, I think. It's not too bad. Yes, it's one of them. Right, okay. Let's have a see. So, right, let's have a look. So let's see. Got to use my left hand to... So let's have a thick layer of chocolate here. Let's have a look then. All right, so 6 centimeters exactly in diameter there. I don't think if you can hear some kind of kid singing, by the way, it's my next door neighbour's child. It's quite quite vocal with singing. So if you can hear that in the background, that's what it is. Yeah, 1.3 centimeters in height. There we go, roughly. Let's give it a bit of a nibble then. Let's see what it's like. Oh, wowza. Yeah. It's a nice biscuit. It's like a sort of digestive style biscuit, but obviously a posh one. Quite nice actually, quite porous. Let's give it a bit of a dunk and see. Look. Oh, so it's lovely when dunked. It makes the biscuit very a lot softer. Very nice. It's a more of a standard biscuit, this one, but it's got a lovely texture to it. Actually, it has to be said, it's a really nice textured biscuit. I think it's really lovely, that. Quite a subtle orange taste as well. Oh yes, and hi there, Joe. Great to see you. Great to see you. Hope you're doing all right. Yeah, we're doing a biscuit special today. A bit of crumbs going on here. I might have to get rid of some of these crumbs. There's some honeycomb pieces as well. Yeah, lovely texture to that one. Actually, it's just an orange milk chocolate with orange, basically. Lovely. Let's see. Rid of these crumbs off the plate. Start to build up after a while. Okay, there we go. Right. There we go. Yeah, lovely biscuit actually, that one. It tastes a lot more like yeah, like a sort of very posh digestive, basically, or it's almost like the ones in a Rocky bar or something like that. Very interesting ones. Yeah, very nice. Very let's say very chunky one. When dunked in coffee, again, it's on another level again. It's one of those, yeah, but very nice. Yeah, how are you doing today, Joe? How's things for you? Hope you're doing all right. Great to see you as well. Yeah, basically a biscuit special, posh biscuit special, pretty much like from Tesco, essentially, is just a supermarket in the UK. Very nice. The finest range of biscuits there, sort of like indulgent range is the gist of it. So it's one of them, Yes. I like the real stuff, Trace. I like the real stuff, the actual ones coated in icing sugar. Yeah, basically, but not too. Yeah, so I do like it. It's nice. Tesco finest biscuits are great. Yeah, what's your favourite, Andrew? Have you got particularly just like them generally? Because they all seem very nice. I must say they are really nice. Really nice. Yeah, these ones again a subtle orange flavour. It's not as exciting, these ones, I think you'd say, but they are nice. I say they've just got a lovely biscuit centre. It's quite indulgent, but generally it's kind of a sort of digestive centre, but it tastes a lot better than a digestive, really. It's got a nice chocolate as well. It's a nice Belgian chocolate. It's not too, there's not in. It's well proportioned again, well balanced. I think these ones are lovely, and they do dunk well and they taste nice. I mean, when dunked, most biscuits I think taste better when dunked. I think we've only found a couple of exceptions to that rule. I think these ones though, they seem to they're lacking definitely in X factor. These ones, they are a bit more mundane. They're certainly not horrible though, but I don't know. I don't think these ones are just very nice as opposed to sort of like fantabulous. You know what I mean? I think So I think for me these ones, I do still like them. I do still think they're really nice. I think they're probably just about a 4.5 out of 5. I think just about closer to a 4 than a 5, I'd say. But they do definitely hit the spot. They really do. Yeah. Yes. Oh yes, Cadolis as well. Yes, Rick said that as well. Yes, and it's a funny one really. In the UK, I think I don't know. There are lots of people who very, very big fans of the royal family and things. But I think generally it's kind of like, I don't know. I think it's seen as more of an institution than it is outside of the UK than it is in the UK. I think a lot of older people, I think, are very much into it. But I don't know. Some people get carried away with it and things and do get washed into it all and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's a strange one. I mean, how do you all feel about it in the UK? Do you feel anything about it? I've seen some radio presenters going very, very sort of like, I don't know, group huggy and things like that. But yeah, I don't know. But it's funny, like Andrew QP. Scotty not really mentioned it at all, you know what I mean? So it's a funny one, yeah. The Tesco Virus Quadruple chocolate cookies are the best ones. Well, look at that. Funny you should say, Andrew. It's funny you should say, but we do have them. Yes, we do have them. Yeah, do we do them next? We'll do them next. How about that? Yes, we'll see. Yeah. Doing well. Yes, doing well. Thank you. Oh, good to hear, Joe. Good to hear. Yes, Andrew can't believe this week. Yes. Well, I guess. Even as a young person, can't believe it. Yeah, it's just unheard of, isn't it? It's just very different. But yeah, I was going to mention it, but didn't know if I should. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because basically, there was a massive thing when Princess Diana died as well. I mean, she's kind of out of young person's memory, really. People probably don't even really think anything of her anymore. But she was like a very popular royal, essentially. Ridiculously popular, to be honest with you. And so at the time we only had normal TV, we didn't have satellite channels as standard, or the Freeview channels, whatever they're called now. Or Amazon Prime and stuff. So basically, every channel that there was just doing constant, Princess Diana things at the time. So it was very much you couldn't get away with it. I mean, now there's enough that you can turn on the TV and watch things that aren't related to it. But back in '97 when she passed away, it was just literally whatever you saw on the TV was just for about 3 days. It was just constantly about her. And they didn't really have 24/7 news at the time either. So it was very Yes, I would goodbye career if another country was going that far. Yeah, well, Rick does say to go to Tokyo as well at the same time. I think that's it does make sense though. Yeah, if you're going that far, definitely yes. I watched the Tudors older drama series. I haven't actually. No, I've heard good things about it, but no. Some drama ones I tend to be a bit worried about sometimes, that they're just over dramatic. Oh, I actually know I should say something or not. Yeah, well, it's a difficult. I think it's one of those, isn't it? It's like Andrew said. It's unprecedented, isn't it, really? I kind of do wonder though whether, because it's obviously a very UK thing, but then obviously it seems to have quite a world spanning thing, doesn't it? Like I don't know, disrespect to the Dutch royal family or anything, but if one of those passed away, I don't think it would quite hit the headlines as much, would it really? So it's interesting, or another royal family. So it's very interesting, that's the case. I do definitely feel it's one of the biggest moments of the century, regardless of your opinions on the monarchy. Well, it's very, it is definitely going to be a shift in how things are done, because obviously, it's been very much one way for a long time, and obviously I don't know how popular, King Charles is or whatever. So yeah, but I heard he wasn't going to take Charles as his name because it was just associated with basically, King Charles II, who wasn't. I think it was him who was beheaded, wasn't it? So maybe the first one as well, or both, I don't know. But anyway, it wasn't really a name to be associated with that greatly with. But obviously everyone knows him as Charles now. So he was a quite a long time ago that the other King Charleses were around. So I think it's not too soon. It's an unprecedented occasion, but sadly it was coming. Yes, well, this is it. They were the writing. Well, sounds a bit horrible, but it was. The signs were there, weren't they? Yeah. I wasn't really for or against the monarchy. Very weird having a king. You remember Diana's death as well? Yes, it was. Do you remember, Scotty? It was very. I don't know. Yeah, that was. I mean, not to play down this one, but by any means, I don't think it's. But that was very much a thing, wasn't it? So that was kind of the closest thing I can think of to it. Oh, don't worry, Joe. No worries at all. No, you certainly haven't. Of course not. Oh. Yes, David Starkey said in an interview that the death of Diana was a pivotal moment in British history in terms of people being more sentimental, expressive of feeling rather than stiff upper lip. Yeah, see. Probably right there, Andrew. I think. Yeah, does make sense. Yeah, but it's an opinion, not a definitive statement or a definite statement. Yeah. I can understand though. I think it does. I think there is a point there. I've heard you pay £150 a year to get to the BBC. Yeah, basically, yeah, it's roughly that much. I don't know how much it is. It's about £10 a month, so roughly that. Yeah, so yeah, you do pay for it. It's a bit controversial really nowadays because obviously there's things like Netflix and stuff like that, and you kind of almost have to pay for the BBC if you own a colour TV or something like that. I think it's very difficult to get around it, but I think it might be difficult in the future. I think because with this competition now, and it's I don't know. But it does mean you get good quality things like documentaries and things like that, as well as that you just wouldn't get otherwise because it's obviously publicly funded. But it is a bit frustrating sometimes where they do broadcast it around the world and you think, well, hang on a second, I'm not sure I'm paying for. But there's I don't know, they get money from advertising and stuff like that. But it's I don't know, yeah, it's a bit weird. What a scam! Yeah, well, it's controversial. I think it's good in some ways, but yeah, there's definitely some negatives about it. Yes, when the Queen died, I was sat in a museum in the Britain. I was sat in a museum in the Britain in the 50s and 60s section. Yeah, very coincidental, really. I was wearing all black, which I don't often do. Very coincidental. There you go. Maybe it's a bit foreshadowing there, Andrew. Yeah, perhaps so. Yeah. Well, sure, it's just coincidental, but you know what I mean. Yeah, yeah. Very shame this week, really. It's been a bit of a shame, but it didn't sound like she was suffering particularly, so that was good. I mean, she just saw the Prime Minister, didn't she, 2 days before. Obviously. Doesn't necessarily mean she wasn't having a bad time of it, but yeah. So yes, so the quadruple chocolate cookies, Andrew's favourites. A bit of pressure on these ones, that'd be quite nice, but they certainly look pretty good. What's the quadruple there? What does it say? with dark milk and white Belgian chocolate chunks dipped in milk chocolate. So the quadruple is the dippage, I think. They did have a ruby chocolate one, but I couldn't see that. They must have cancelled that one. But at least it wasn't there today. So it was interesting that. Yeah, you'll start to watch chocolate again in a minute, don't worry. I think the BBC Live Sphere is on the way out. Yeah, if you're younger people watching TV, especially Freeview TV, yeah, this is it. I think there's definitely going to be a shift in it at some point. Yeah. Yes, TV license, you have to pay for it. To have a TV at the moment, yeah. We have to be careful because even just looking at the BBC's website and stuff like that, you know, they can get you and stuff like this. I think anyway. So yeah, yeah. Here's a bit of an awkward one. That one. All right, so quadruple. So there you go. Look a bit more mundane on that picture there, isn't it? That's a bit of a. I mean, here, well, I don't know. I guess it's just when they're sliced in half, you can see the white chocolate. They look a bit mundane there. Quadruple chocolate cookies. What's it say? The guy with 50 years experience, is he back there again? I bet he's mentioned. Yes, these melt in the mouth. All butter cookies are packed with intense, dark, smooth milk and creamy white chunks, dipped in silky rich Belgian milk chocolate, made by a specialist with 50 years experience. And it's eight all butter cookies again, or 8 cookies again. All butter cookies with Belgian dark chocolate, Belgian milk chocolate and Belgian white chocolate chunks, half coated in Belgian milk chocolate. It's very much a Belgian thing. Belgian milk chocolate 20%. Belgian dark chocolate chunks 11%, Belgian milk chocolate chunks 10%, and white chocolate chunks Belgian 7%. Alright, so milk chocolate taste cocoa size 25% minimum, milk size 19% minimum, dark chocolate taste cocoa size 39% minimum, white chocolate taste milk size 23% minimum. So a bit less white chocolate than the rest of it. Per 100 grams, 512 calories, 27.5 grams of fats, 16.4 which are saturates, that's per 100 grams. One cookie, 25 grams, 128 calories, 6.9 grams of fat, 4.1 of which are saturates, 200 grams. So these are the big chunky ones again, like the other ones we had. Very interesting, yeah. Yes, I think these are the best cookies in the range. You'd better like them. I mean, I think surely you can't go wrong with quadruple chocolate cookies, but we'll see. Yeah, TV's changed enormously. Back in the day, you all sat around and watched the TV. None of this on demand. Yeah, today. Yeah, I know. Very different, really. Very different. Or your own sub. Again, that's it. Well, I'm sure I like these, Andrew. I'm sure. I must do, surely. I can't see how they could go wrong with them. You try the Aldi quadruple cookies. I wonder if they're the same. I wonder. Yeah, let's give them an open then. Let's have a find out. I'll just open new ones. I do have a coffee to dunk them in. Let's see. And these are the third biscuits already, aren't they? So basically got about 5 different biscuits. This is just a bit. I thought that was a good amount. There was some other ones actually, but they were a bit more on the mundane side. So these ones again, it's in the bigger pack. It's got the 2, you know, basically the same weight. So again, have the same thing where 3 or 4 extra can be fit in here. That's the gist of it. Let's give these an open. Okay. So as I say, I'll briefly mention it just because someone might be watching this in isolation from the others, but I think you can see here these don't go up to the edge. You know, there's plenty of space there, and there's also space for at least 2 in the 1 or 2 in the middle there, and then there's 1 or 2 on the edge. So I reckon you could fit 4 more in here, which is a bit poor really. So that's 50% more, isn't it? You know. Yeah. Thorntons have brought out an orange version of mini chocolate brownies. Out in Sainsbury's now, and the Cadbury are doing orange crisp Xmas bar this year. Seems orange trend is ongoing. Yes, I see. I think I've seen those orange. Yeah, did they have that last year? You know, I already reviewed that one. I'm not sure, but I think I saw them and they went out of date when I bought them, so I think I had to eat them quick. Didn't get time to review them, I think, but I think it was those anyway. There was a couple of new ones I didn't get to review anyway that I did have. Don't know if it was those or not, but yeah. Can we do an Xmas orange crisp Xmas bar? That should be interesting. I did see some Christmas ones there. The puds and things are back in Asda. Yeah, so, you know. Let's see. So let's have a look at this then. Yeah, so you can see. It doesn't look too dramatic, but you can see on the bottom, look at that. Yes. Look at that. Lovely. Dunked in chocolate there. Yeah, looks very nice. It has a nice texture to it as well. I quite like the texture. You can see obviously some white chocolate, milk chocolate, and perhaps dark chocolate there. It's obviously more milk chocolate than anything else. But yeah, let's give it a go. Let's give it a taste. It is nice when boxes are falling everywhere. It is nice. I would say it's probably the biscuit's the least interesting of the three we've done so far. I think it's not bad or anything by any means. So I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just definitely a bit less interesting than the other one. Yeah, the biscuit, like the shortbread biscuit, and the first one was really nice. That sort of digestive style biscuit, and the second one was yes. This one's a bit more just of a plain. I think it's because it's a dark chocolate biscuit. You know, it's like we always say. Sorry, a chocolate biscuit, chocolate cocoa. I think those kind of things never taste quite as nice as just the regular ones, really. So it's an interesting one. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll try Dunked in a second. I think that's where it'll come to life even more. Did a Thornton's orange caramel shortcakes last year. I haven't previously done this chocolate orange brownies. Okay, yeah. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, I'll have to. I'll see if I've. I don't think I've reviewed them. We'll see if I. Let's have a look. Fawn. I can't. 19 CHO. Yeah. Toffee apple I did. Peppermint cream. Chocolate orange. Yeah, chocolate orange caramel shortcake bites. Yeah, so I don't think I did do them, yeah. Orange squares. Yeah, so I think they are new ones by the looks of it, yeah. So I have to look out for those. They can sort of blend into one really, so I definitely hope I try to miss those. Yes. Hovering over the unsub button, well, press it twice, Andrew. That's all you got to remember. If you do it, just press it twice. Oh, these look delicious. Yes, well, I mean, they are still nice, but the biscuit's definitely not as good as the other two, I think. But it's still nice, but it is a bit more mundane. I think it's just because it's a chocolate cookie, you know. Let's give it a bit of a dunk in the old coffee. Let's see. It definitely helps. I think having more of it as well. You've got to I think you've got to basically have a bit of a big bite of it as well to get more of the chunks and things. I think if you have a smaller bite of it, a nibble, you just don't get enough of it really. I think when dunking it, it does melt the chocolate a bit. It is very nice. I don't think this is my favourite of the few though, Andrew. I'm sorry about that. But it is still very nice. I mean, you can't really go wrong with this really. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the chocolate doesn't come out as much as I would have liked it really. And the biscuit doesn't make up for it, if you know what I mean. Like the other ones, the biscuit kind of, I feel like they sort of they all balanced each other out really well. The other ones, I think the second one not quite so, but even so, still kind of did. I don't know. I feel like this one. I don't know. I feel if you don't get one of the chunks, or if you don't get as good an experience. Basically, it's a funny one. I feel like every mouthful depends on just how much of a chocolate chunk you've got, or whether this, that, and the other. So it's an interesting one. The stuff in really nice though. I think the I just feel like I feel like it's it's a funny one. They're not consistently good, and I don't think it's not quite as a well crafted experience than the other ones are. And I think it might be fluke for the other ones really. And as I say, it does kind of depend on just what you get with these, because as I say, they are dependent on whether you get a chunk in a bite or not, and which chunks you get. It's a funny one. I think that's why they're coated in the milk chocolate, to make sure there's some consistency there over it. And I think that does work, and especially when dunked, it really does make them, give it a nice sort of silky smooth chocolate taste, which I guess is there anyway, but when dunked it does bring it out even more. Now I do like these ones. I think they're a solid biscuit really. I don't think that my favourite of the lot though. I think, as I say, the problem with them I think is the chocolate cookie itself, which I understand why it's there and it does make it more indulgent, but I feel like chocolate cookies, chocolate cakes, they never quite what they need to bring them out is other things in them, and I guess this does have the chocolate chunks and things, but I feel like with the way this is made and the fact it's not flavoured or anything, emphasis is made on the chocolate biscuit itself, and I don't think it's massively strong, but I still think it's nice, but not massively strong. But I think these are lovely. I mean, the chocolate chunks are very nice. You've got to basically have half the biscuit at once, if not the whole biscuit, to get the most out of it, in order to taste the chunks for sure, because otherwise you might get just one or two chunks. Well, I say one or two, you get more than one or two, but you know what I mean. You just don't get necessarily as big a experience of them really, I think, is the gist of it. But yeah, let's just try one more nibble of it. Making a mess. Yeah, it's a funny one. I can't quite put my finger on it any better than what I've said, really. But I do think they're nice. But I think it's definitely sort of, I don't know. I feel like the other ones had a lot more flavour coming out in every bite. This one doesn't have as much flavour. It just has the sort of, it's more of a brute force biscuit, really. We just, got sort of chocolate chunks on. And things like this. And I think that's fine. But I think it's definitely a different kind of biscuit than the other ones, which are a bit more flavourful. I think this one's more about the chunks and stuff. So yes, brute force biscuits. Yeah, I know that's one for the Chocolo quotes. Yeah, the other ones had a nice choc coating. Yeah, I think it's just exactly. I think that's probably what it is. I think if this was fully enrobed in the chocolate, I think that would definitely make. I think that would definitely make it. I think half enrobed just isn't quite enough. I think. And it would be interesting if it was enrobed a bit more with another coat, like dark chocolate or white chocolate, I think. But I still think for me, it's a solid 4 out of 5, I think, definitely. And it's definitely more towards a 4.5 than a 3.5, that's for sure. Yes. Yes, but definitely, you are definitely right. 2 out of 5, basically. Yeah, I should have perhaps mentioned this earlier. A digestive is basically a 2 out of 5. Because, you're never really going to... Because if you rated because if I said the average biscuit was a 3 out of 5, almost every biscuit ever is better than a digestive biscuit. So I've said that the average biscuit is a 2 out of 5, which is a digestive. So yeah, basically, a milk chocolate digestive is like a 3 out of 5, pretty much, maybe a 2.5 or 3. And these ones are far more above that one. But yeah, but obviously just to give some context, I'm just one of those where I can't give everything it's very. The problem is with chocolate pots, like I say quite frequently. They almost all taste nice, so you can't really just give everything a 5 out of 5. It's very easy to do that. I've lost the box of these; must have fallen on the floor. Yeah, so basically, I've just got to try and give it some kind of content. I still think these are very nice, and a 4 out of 5 for biscuit is still very nice. And it's a difficult one because, like Andrew says, could say custard cream 3.5 out of 5. I mean, clearly these are a lot better than that. They definitely are. I think a custard cream would be a 2.5 or 3, but there is a massive gap between these and those, but. Again, I think there's a big gap between the ones we just did a minute ago and these ones as well, So it's hard. You've got to kind of, be able to differentiate them a bit. It's difficult to be consistent. I try my best to be, but it can be difficult. But I think these ones for me, 4 out of 5, I think. Definitely more towards a 4.5, if anything. But they're just a bit too... The biscuit's just a bit too normal for me, I think. It's just that part of it's the normal part, which is a shame. But the rest of it's nice. Good chunks. Have you seen those new Lewis Capaldi pizzas in Iceland? Completely random. Lewis Capaldi. I don't know who that is. I should perhaps know who he is, but I've heard Peter Capaldi. I've heard of him. I guess they wouldn't be Peter Capaldi pizzas in Iceland. But no, I haven't. No. Are they any good? Are they just basically the same? The Gino De Campo ones, just rebranded. In Mr. Kipling's too, there's some Mr. Kipling brownie bites in chocolate and salted caramel flavour. They look interesting. They're being made up premium. They cost £3 for a pack of 10. Crikey, that is quite a lot. Yeah, because they're quite small, those, aren't they? Yeah, at least they give you 10, not 8. Because normally they're premium ones, they give you only 8 of them. Yeah, so they better be good. Well, fingers crossed. Yeah, I'll have to try and... The problem is they have quite short sell-by dates on these products, so they're quite difficult for me to review because I, inevitably end up putting, not getting them reviewed in time. So, yeah, have to try and get those, though. Right, so I've got a couple more. What's the other 2 more to do? Which one should I do? These ones first. You know what? I'll do these ones first, I think. Yeah, here we go. I think someone's mentioned this. I think, was it... I can't think. It might have been someone in the comments, actually. Dulce de leche. Yes. Is that sweet of the milk, I think, or sweet of the cream? Sweet of the milk, I think. Caramel filled cookies. I think this is basically where we were saying about the, caramelized buttermilk, I think it is. Dulce de leche. I think that's what it is. So, yeah. And a creamy caramel style filling, caramel flavoured chocolate chunks. Look at that. Well, these look very interesting, don't they? Yeah, look at that. Dulce de leche. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, each of these biscuits have a variety of names. Had to learn one by one, I see. Yeah, I think there's definitely lots of different names for biscuits, aren't there? It has to be said, there really are. And even the word biscuit itself is different in the US and England, perhaps Canada. I'm not sure if biscuit is used in Canada. I think Rick, if he's still there, not fell asleep. Yeah, These melting them off all butter cookies are filled with a creamy dulce de leche caramel and caramel flavoured chocolate chunks made by a specialist with 50 years experience, presumably in biscuit making. All butter caramel flavoured chocolate chip cookies with dulce de leche caramel style filling. So it's caramel style filling, dulce de leche caramel style filling. So whether that means it's actually dulce de leche, I don't know. I don't think it probably is based on what it said there. It's got caramel. It does have caramel in again. Dulce de leche caramel style filling, 25%. Yeah. So I guess it probably couldn't really be dulce de leche. I mean, as if that's just basically, you know, what did we say it was? I forgot what it was. You know, caramelized cocoa butter, whatever it was. Yeah. Well, yes. There you go. Caramel flavoured chocolate chunks, 8%. There we go. All right. So it's vegetarians. 400 grams, 435 calories, 15.1 grams of fat, 6.9 of which are saturates. Per cookie, 23 grams, 100 calories, 3.5 grams of fat, 1.6 of which are saturates. 180 gram box. This one. So these ones are. It's funny actually. This has got the same. It's the same size as the other one, but well, these 150 grams. Yeah. So so these ones are a bit lighter, but the same size as the other one. So the biscuit's probably the same dimensions. Lewis Capaldi is a singer-songwriter. Ah, okay, he's very popular. Yeah, okay, the name does ring a bell now, actually. You know that song, Someone You Loved? Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all, I see. Very romantic, very romantic. Well, I probably know if I heard it. Obviously, I can't ask you to sing it for me, but well, I guess I could, but I couldn't hear you. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, the name sounds familiar now. Yes, I don't really. You know, I don't know. I'm not as au fait with, was up to date with music as I used to be. I know you're a big fan of music, Andrew, so I'm sure you're more into it than I am. But yeah, the name sounds a bit more familiar now. You put some context to it, but I must admit, I probably know the song if I heard it, but yeah. I'm out of touch with music, basically. I've turned into an old person. You know, this is what happens. Okay, let's give this a bit of an open then. So the box has kind of worked against me this time. We got into it all the same. Okay. So we've got the look a bit more mundane to look at these ones, but I think we expected it. But again, it's got the same problem. You know, you could basically fit in another 4 biscuits. Is the gist of it. Let's have a see. Look, it'll be more interesting once you've opened them. Nice, nice smell coming from them. Yeah, nice smell. Bit not overly caramelly, but definitely more caramelly than not. If that makes sense. Okay, let's have a see. So again, you know, just because you might be watching this in isolation, if you see this, you can clearly see you could fit an extra 2 biscuits in the middle, pretty much, or at least an extra 1. And then there's space here for an extra 2. So I reckon between 3 and 4 extra biscuits you could fit in there. I reckon 4 if you pushed it, but you know, definitely 3. Right. So yeah, but it's consistently. At least they're consistent with it. I used to have dulce de leche as a spread for bread when I was a kid. Very nice. Yeah. So is that basically your sort of caramelized? What did I say? Did I say buttermilk or cocoa butter? Cocoa butter, I think, didn't I? I guess I can smell it from the screen. Oh dear. Well, let's see. It's got definitely has a sort of interesting smell. I don't know if it's smell of dulce de leche or not. I can't. It smells maybe slightly caramelly, but obviously there are biscuit smells and things in there. I reckon this one is definitely a dunk one. You can see the dome of that one, can't you? I don't think I measured the quadruple chocolate ones. Unfortunately, I think I forgot to do it, didn't I? But never mind. It's probably slightly excessive to measure them anyway. But they are weighted. Yeah, there is weight there anyway. 6.5 centimeters in diameter. And height, it does dome a bit, this one, so it's a bit difficult to measure the height, but roughly, can I show you? I can't. There you go. 1.43, roughly. Okay, there we are. Let's give this a bit of a snap then. I reckon, let's see. Quite a hard biscuit actually, it's not soft. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how best to snap it. There we go, yeah. There you go, look. Yes, there's definitely a filling there. I see there's some what could be chocolate chips. I don't think it says chocolate chips in it. I think it's just probably burnt caramel bits those, but I don't know how to say actually. You can see there. Let's say there's chocolate chips in the ingredients. Or in it. All butter cookies filled with creamy dulce de leche caramel and caramel flavoured chocolate chunks. Oh, there we go. Caramel flavoured chocolate chunks. There we go. Okay. There's definitely a filling there. Look at that. Yes. Not quite as it's only in the centre, very much in the centre, isn't it? You know, could be wider really, but let's give it a bit of a go then. Other side. Give it a bit of taste. The biscuit for me here is too hard. It's too hard a biscuit. It's very much like all the others were very soft, gentle, sumptuous, beautiful, exuberant. Yes, another adjective, whatever you want to call it, whatever they are. They're biscuits. This one, it really isn't. It's not a very good biscuit, this one, actually. It's just hard, you know, it's just a hard biscuit. I feel like it should be soft. It feels like it should be a soft baked biscuit, this one, with such a lovely gooey sense. I know it might not be to contain it or something, but it feels like it should be. Obviously, when dunked, I think it's going to soften the whole thing. But again, all biscuits taste better when dunked, so let's have a see. Yeah. Coffee's not as warm as it was, but yeah, basically when dunked, this it needs to be dunked, this one. It just softens the biscuit and makes the actual caramel, Dulce Deluxe style caramel filling work with the rest of it, but it's not a great taste in the middle. I mean, it's not got much of a taste of caramel either, really. So this one's a bit disappointing, actually. You know, the caramel centre's quite, I don't know, not very interesting. It's just very mundane. It just doesn't taste of it just has a sort of like, you know, it's just more of a consistency rather than the taste. It's okay. Yes, isn't it caramelised condensed milk? That's probably what I was thinking of, Joe. Yes, I couldn't think what it was. Yes, is that it is caramelised condensed milk? Yes. Yeah, I think what I was thinking was some of the Australian Milky Bars or whatever. I think that's caramelised. Maybe it's just condensed milk as well. I think it was something else though, like cocoa butter. I can't think. Cocoa butter, was it? Cocoa? Yeah, cocoa butter, or I don't know. I can't think what it was. Cocoa milk? I'm not sure. It's getting it confused. But either way, yes, caramelised condensed milk. That's the one I wanted. Thank you. Get these in the microwave for 10 seconds. Yeah, it does. I'm surprised it doesn't say. I think you're right there, Andrew. I think that's what you need to do. It doesn't say, or it doesn't have any, like, you know, advice on how to have it. But I think you're probably right. I think it does need to be done in such a way. I mean, what effect that would have on the biscuit itself, whether that would make it a bit harder or whatever, I'm not sure. But at face value, these ones are disappointing. They look like they should be, you know, a bit better, really. They definitely do. Smooth, thick mixture made of caramelised milk and sugar. Used as a flavouring, spread on spread or dessert topping. Yeah, see, very nice. Yeah, it does sound very nice, doesn't it? That, yeah. Yeah, it does sound lovely. Yeah, we were just talking about it the other week, you see, about how some of these different companies make the you know, the caramel style chocolate or whatever. I think one option is like Dulce Deluxe style, you know, affair going on, or I think, but the other one, I think the cheaper option was, I think it was like, yeah, caramelised cocoa butter or cocoa milk or something. I can't think what it was now. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's like it's unfortunately left my brain, but the gist of it is it's something that brings out a caramel flavour because it's basically caramelised, basically. Yeah, so rather than actually being caramel or whatever, as such, although I guess it technically is caramel. Anyway, you know what I mean. But yes, yeah, these ones then, yeah, very disappointing, these ones. The biscuit's too hard, basically. Like Andrew said, you probably need to have some kind of microwave shenanigans going on. When dunked, it's okay, it softens the whole thing, but even then the flavours are not nice. The actual biscuit itself is quite mundane, there's not really any flavour to it. This one, you can tell it's really just about how it sounds and having that centre, really. But it's, you know, rather than actually it delivering on any kind of taste, and that, unfortunately, it doesn't really. So, I'll say it's very difficult. It's like Andrew's alluded to before. You know, you've got like your regular biscuits, you know, which are generally a 2 out of 5. Is that like a digestive? Clearly, this one's probably, you know, is better than a digestive. But I would struggle to say, you know, that you get more out of this than you do perhaps if you're really into custard creams or a bourbon. Maybe even chocolate digestives. I feel like this one's really disappointing. I don't think this one's that great. I think it would be just. You might say 3.5 out of 5, but I think I'm going to say a 3 out of 5. I feel like these ones just aren't very good, to be honest with you. I didn't really get much from the chocolate chips either. you know, and I say to get the most out of it, you've got to dunk it really. But all biscuits taste, I mean, almost all biscuits taste better when dunked. You know, so you're talking, you know, if you had a biscuit that, you know, you don't need that to do. When you do dunk them, they'll taste even better as well. So I feel like this one, a bit of a miss, this one, unfortunately. So let's say 3 out of 5 is basically because, as I say, a digestive is a 2 out of 5. But it's, yeah, disappointing, that one. Yeah, disappointing. It sounded like it'd be really good. I was thinking maybe to save it until the end because it would be so nice, but clearly not. Yeah, okay. All right, so we've got I think this is the last one actually. So yeah, I basically tried to do 5 or 6 products. I chose 5 today. The Tesco Finest Blood Orange Marmalade and Dark Chocolate Chunk Shortbread. I mean, this one definitely looks quite indulgent. Yeah, so yeah, had to get this one for sure. So I'm optimistic about this one. Blood Orange Marmalade and Dark Chocolate Chunk Shortbread. So I think, yeah, it does look very interesting. What does it say? Our melt in the mouth all butter shortbreads. They always say that about their shortbreads, but I guess it's all the same recipe. Are combined with a tangy blood orange marmalade and packed full with smooth Belgian dark chocolate chunks. Made by our experts with more than 40 years experience. Well, 40 years this time. Yes, from a small second-generation family bakery in Aberdeenshire. So the Aberdeenshire bakery has 40 years experience, but they use other guys who've got 50 years experience sometimes. So I don't know why... There you go. Made by a specialist with 50 years experience. Although what they've got experience in, it doesn't say. Like in this one, for instance, we can gather that these Aberdeenshire bakery people have probably had the bakery for 40 years, presumably. But what these 50 years experience people are, I mean, it could be anything, couldn't it? 50 years experience, it could just mean they're 50 years old, basically, couldn't it? You know, I'm assuming it's meant to mean not that, but that's the way it could be taken. But there we go. But yeah, so made by the Aberdeenshire guys, this lot, 40 years experience. So not as experienced, but possibly experienced in the right things. There we go. All butter, dark chocolate, and orange marmalade shortbread rounds. Okay. All right, there we go. So yeah, anything of interest on there? Belgian dark chocolate chunks, 11%. Got all the old fructose glucose syrup. Antioxidants. Okay. Blood orange marmalade, 2.5%. No, blood orange peel. There we go. Salt orange oil. Okay. Cocosoids. Dark chocolate contains cocosoids 45% minimum. So dark chocolate in this one. So it looks very interesting. This one. Bit of a biscuit from the last one on the plate on there. 150 grams. It's a bit of a smaller box. This one, as you can see. It's gonna be more like the original ones. They're the first ones we did. 400 grams. 495 calories. 24.5 grams of fat. 15.2 which are saturates. And then per biscuit, 19 grams. 94 calories, so quite low in calories, but I think they are a bit smaller. But as you can see, it's a big, smaller box, this one. 150 grams, opposed to 180, and the other one was 200, I think, one of the others. Pack contains 8 servings, there we go. Alright, this one does look very interesting, it must be said. Okay, let's give it a go. Let's give it an open. Okay. As you can really see too much down there, I could just open it here, couldn't I? But okay. Right, there we go. So very much looking like shortbread biscuits, these ones. I think they did on the front, to be honest with you, but even more so once you've got them out of the wrapper. Low in sugar to a biscuit. Yeah, is it? What do you think? Is it? Let's have a look. What's the sugar in it? Maybe it's because it's shortbread, I guess. Maybe that's the thing. 4.2 grams per biscuit, whereas this one 8.6. Yeah, so double. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think these ones are a bit smaller, but yeah, so it could be on something there, Joe. Must be the shortbread recipe, I guess. I say these ones; these were the shortbreads as well. So you can see the 150 gram ones. These are obviously the Aberdeenshire chaps. Probably make the shortbread. That's me. Just sneezing there. Yeah. So what the sugar content like in this one? 5.4, so a bit less as well, but I think these ones have got a bit more, a bit less, 4.2. Must be the shortbread recipe, I think, Joe. That shortbread biscuit must be what it is. Yeah. Right, let's give it a bit of an open then. Let's give it an open. Right. Okay, there we go. Right, so a bit of a smaller one, as I say. These definitely seem to be a bit more, I don't know if homemade is the right word, but definitely, you know, yeah. We can see that, look at that. Lovely chunks there. Dark chocolate chunks with bits of orange pieces, presumably. Blood orange pieces. bit more of a standard type cookie. It's like a shortbread cookie here, but so we give a bit of a, not quite a perfect circle. 5.3. This side will be a bit wider. 5.6. And height, I say, is quite. No, he's not. Yeah, it's very much 1.45. It's very much not flat. You can see there. Look at that. Well, it's very nice. This one smells lovely orange smell to it. A subtle orange smell from it, but definitely nice. Definitely nice. So lots of chunks in this one as well, but not as much as the chunky biscuits from before. I can clearly see that one bit's got all the chunks. Others don't, a bit of the dome bit, so that could be a problem. So we'll try it from the side. Doesn't have much of a obvious chunky chocolate chunks in. Let's see. So I do just taste that bit, and there's not really any chocolate chunks in there. It seems like only the dome bits tend to have the chocolate bits in them. You see there, that bit all in the middle. You know what I mean? So I don't know. You probably would eat most of this at once normally, but of course I've just had a nibble there. Let's try the other one with a bit more of the chunks in. Not bad. Nice consistencies in these. Not getting a massive amount of orange flavouring. Just I think the shortbread's got quite a reasonable strong flavour to it in itself. Really, I know you don't normally think of it, but it does really. And it does kind of overpower the orange flavour quite a bit. Really, you do get some chewy bits in there. The chocolate chunks do add a bit as well, but this one's a bit more of a normal shortbread experience, I would say. Even though it's got chocolate chunks in them, it does come across as just a bit more normal. When you normally have shortbread, I find shortbread generally, some people really love it. I find it's quite a mundane biscuit. Now this one does have chunks in it and stuff like that, but I don't know, unlike the first lot of biscuits, these ones, which are on another level, these are amazing. These ones, it's actually milk chocolate shortbread. It was coated, wasn't it? It was coated in chocolate, yeah. So these ones really were something else. These ones are a bit more normal, basically. So they're okay. They're all right. They do the job. Let's give it a bit of a dunk, shall we? I think shortbread being dunked is always good. Coffee's not quite as warm as it was, let's put it that way, but so it does bring out a bit more of the flavour actually. I could definitely taste the orange a bit more when the shortbread had been sort of melted a bit, I guess. A bit strangely enough. Just have another dunk with another piece just to double check that. Let's see. Yeah, funny one. You do need to kind of dunk them a bit to get the most out of these ones, I think. It's one of those, shortbread fans will love this. It's definitely got chocolate chunks in, as you can see. There's definitely a bit of a chewiness to the orange pieces, but I wouldn't say I'm getting massive amounts of orange flavour from this. It sounds very exotic, blood orange. Well, this is marmalade as well, doesn't it? Blood orange marmalade. Okay, so it's just blood orange flavouring. I'm not getting much from the blood orange part from these, to be honest with you. There's something in there, but it's not really in the right biscuit for that. I don't think it's the shortbread's kind of overpowering it a bit, really. Yeah, you have the same thing with shortbread. It's quite dry. Yeah, if you get a good one, they can be quite buttery, but even then, they're still quite dry. You know what I mean? So I do get you entirely, really. I feel like the one that was coated in chocolate really worked. It just was a lovely, and it was such a soft shortbread as well. I don't know, it was just lovely. This first one, and this was a standout one. This one, it was probably it was the best of the day. I think this one for sure, just really worked well. I think the only thing with it was probably that it almost only just had an X factor. It was almost a 4.5 out of 5, but it was definitely lovely. This one though, yeah, it is just more mundane. It's more a regular shortbread with just chocolate chunks and a bit of. It's like those sort of like where you get those dark chocolate, 80% dark chocolate bars where they've got a bit of orange in them or something. And the orange doesn't really add that much, and it's not quite, it's a bit like that with this. It just isn't adding that much to it. You can't really taste it. and the rest of the biscuit doesn't really compensate for it. So I'd say shortbread lovers, I think it's definitely up your street. You know, it's shortbread. You know, if you love shortbread, but for me, shortbread for me has to have a bit something more about it. At least chocolate chunks, which this one does have. But you know, these ones, another level. These made by the guys in Aberdeen as well, Aberdeenshire. So they've definitely done the right thing here. But these ones more mundane. So I think for me, you know, I don't know. I think, yeah, chocolate digestive is roughly a 3 out of 5. I think it's kind of on that level, really. I think if you love shortbread, you could probably add a star to this. But the orange isn't quite there. The chunks, you know, the biscuit's not really distributed well. You can see on the bottom, the chunks are all just sort of in the centre. You know, it's all knobbly. And it's only knobbly based on where the chunks are almost. So it's just, I don't know, a disappointing one, this one. And also the orange isn't strong enough either, and it's overpowered by the shortbread taste in its own right. So 3 out of 5, these ones. They're better than their digestive, which is a 2 out of 5. But that's probably the most you can say about them. So disappointing though. It's a bit of a shame. Yeah, a bit of a shame. But there we go. Yeah, there we are. So done a good set of biscuits there. Good set of biscuits. I think they're all pretty nice, really. I think the Dulce Leche ones were the worst, actually. I've tasted that kind of biscuit before. I'm sure I don't know if I've had the same ones or another one where they've just looked really nice, where they've had like a caramel centre, and you think, oh wow, how can you go wrong? But it's just such a hard biscuit. It's like a ginger nut biscuit in the UK, where they're really quite hard. It's almost like that, really. Just, I don't know, but they had a ginger taste, of course. But just too hard a biscuit. Very disappointing. Yeah, but still nice, but just disappointing. But the rest of them were really good. But yeah, I especially love these ones. I think these ones just had everything. They had such a soft middle, but a lovely chocolate outside, and that honeycomb crunch just worked just enough to make it, you know, give you the honeycomb taste and the different set of textures. But they're all good. You know, I think the chocolate orange ones were nice as well. I think the quadruple chocolate ones were good. Just a bit sort of, I don't know. Yeah, they were nice, but they just weren't consistently nice throughout the biscuit. I don't know, something not quite perfect about them, but still good. I think just need more chocolate covering, basically. Fully enrobed, I think, is what I would want. Great set of biscuits, yeah. Really nice set of biscuits. Really tasty, actually, but quite expensive, like Andrew was saying before. But you know, about £2 each, really. So you know, for a box of them, so they're not cheap, really. You know, regular biscuits are probably £1 for 15 or if not more biscuits. These ones are like £2 for 8 of them. You know, so they are very a premium biscuit, but you know, interesting, yeah. So there we go, guys. Yes, there we go. Hope you enjoyed that one. It's great to see you all again. Great to see QP back in the chat. Great to see her again. I know she might have disappeared now, but yeah. It's great to see. Yeah, great to see everyone as well. Rick's probably gone to bed as well, of course. But yeah, we go. But Jow, yeah, thanks, Jow. Thanks for coming as well. Really great to see you. Yes, yeah. Really good to see you, Jow. And I'm interested to see if you ever make your own biscuits. Well, you have to let me know. Yeah. Great to chat with you all. Yes, yeah, great to tell you, Jow. Yes, Scotty as well, of course. QP, Andrew. Yes, anyone else who joined in the chat as well. It was Rick, of course, also. Yes, anyone else from earlier on as well. Really great to see you all, really is, yeah. Well, hope you have a good week. I guess I'll see you on Wednesday for Stash Watch. Yeah, hopefully I'll get the more of the look backs done. I've got 2 more of them to do just to catch up, and then I'll be back on to doing just the regular sized weekly updates, basically. There we go. Is it Harvest Moon? I see. I didn't realise it was that this weekend. I see. Interesting, yeah. It reminds me of the... is it Neil Diamond song? Yeah, good song, that one as well. Yeah. Oh dear. But yes. Oh yeah, have a great one, Joe. Have a good evening as well. Everyone else is watching also. Great to see you all. Have a great time. Thanks again for your support. And I'll see you soon. About 6-second delay, by the way, so apologies if I missed your message when you were, it's just a bit of a delay between it arriving and me responding and stuff like that. But yeah. But have a lovely evening. Thanks again for your support. Have a great one. Have happy Harvest Moon, as Joe says. And leave a like if you haven't already. And bye, Joe. See you soon. See you later, everyone. Bye for now. See ya.